Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rose Dunn, realtor in the state of Texas with Coldwell Banker. Today, I want to make a quick video for my first-time home buyer that never go house shopping. You do not know how the process go, and you just want to look for a home, you just want to buy a home and you do not know where to start. And these are the 5 things I think you should know before you even start looking at homes, because most of the time what I've seen with my client that start looking at home before they talk to me, before they talk to a lender, when they find out the home that they like, what they see in the market, they like it and they cannot afford it. So what they do, they just decided to give up. They go back into renting. And because I don't want this to happen to any of my subscribers who is not a homeowner, who hasn't purchased a house yet, and I thought I will just get to it to let you guys know what you should do before you look at home and what document the lender will need. So let's just get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. No more waiting. The first things I'll talk about for my buyers that are currently employed by a company, you are a W-2. So if you have W-2 and you don't not work for yourself like myself, so what the lender will need, it's 2 years of your W-2. So if you have the last 2 years of your W-2, you can send it to the lender and they can calculate the income and they can give you a pre-approval letter. But if you want to be fully approved, where they look at the numbers, they tell you exactly where you are, how much home you can afford, you have to send in your tax return. It's still the 2 years of tax return. The tax return is there is a difference between the tax return and the W-2. The W-2 is what was shown you earn, and tax was taken out, Medicaid, Medicare was taken out, and that's what shows. So let's say you make $100,000 a year and they take out some for Medicaid, but at the end of it, it shows you after you pay tax, this is how much you make, this is how much you bring home. However, when you file your taxes on your tax return, you had some business expense, you have some stuff that you claim on your tax, and then in schedule, I think it's schedule C, I'm not sure exactly because I've been a W-2 for a while. Anyway, so, but on your tax return, it'll show exactly how much you make. And sometimes the number in your W-2 doesn't match in the tax return because of the deductions, because of the things that you claim. The next thing we will talk about will be for self-employed. If you are self-employed, you know you are a 1099, but what you show, like for me, if I show I make 100,000, but when I file my taxes, I have business expenses, I have training and things like that that I claim, my mileage and things like that. So by the time I'm done, I am not at 100,000. I might be at 60,000 or I might be at 80,000. So however, if you think you want to get a bigger home and you don't want to use your 1099, there is an option for you, will be the 24 months bank statement. So if you are at 1099, you need 3 years of your 1099. But if you decide to do a bank statement where they don't look at your 1099, they don't look at your taxes, some lender required a 24 months bank statement. What they do with the 24-month bank statement, they calculate how much you deposit on your account on a monthly basis, and that's how they calculate your income. It might be a good option if you want to get a bigger home, a better home. That's what the lender will ask you and the first. And for my W-2 client, you will need your pay stub. So for the pay stub, you will need sometimes the lender might ask for 2 months. Sometimes the lender might ask for 3 months worth of pay stub. You will need, again, for if you have a checking account, you need 3 months worth of your bank statement. And then you will also, if you have a saving, you need 2 months. However, when you print out those bank statements to send to the lender, you have to send all the pages, regardless if the page is blank in the last page, but it will just show, like, the small writing at the end of the page. You have to send all the pages. The lender will require it. The lender will call you back and ask you for it. And so we talk about the W-2, we talk about 1099, we talk about pay stub, we talk about bank statement. And for my divorcee, if you are somebody who's divorced, you're in the state of Texas, it will be best for your divorce to be final before you decide to get another home. The reason why you want your divorce to be final, because the lender is going to ask you for the divorce decree. If you do not have a divorce decree, but your lawyer say, oh, everybody come to an agreement, you agreed, you divorced, you're waiting on your divorce decree. Because Texas is a community state, it will be at your best interest to wait after your divorce is final, you get your divorce decree, the house will be solely under your name. However, if you don't wait, guess what? You have to call your ex-husband to sign a waiver, so he say that he is not part of the property, and you can get a house on your own. However, it's good to get this information out up front, because you do not want to choose a home, you get pre-approved, and then it's when your loan goes to underwriting and this thing about the divorce come into light. So it is recommended for you to be honest with your lender upfront, be honest with your realtor. This way you will have a stress-free experience. Because I had that experience when I first started in real estate, where I got a home buyer approved, and she told me, because I've asked her when we were doing the buyer consultation, I asked her, is your divorce final? And she told me yes, her divorce is final. And I sent her a text. I said, then you need to send out the divorce decree to the lender. And she said, oh, it's my lawyer hasn't sent it yet. So she gave me the turnaround, but when her loan goes to underwriting, guess what? Because she didn't have a good relationship with the ex-husband, she decided to let go of the house until everything is final. So be honest with your realtor upfront. A lot of times when there is a hard loan with paperwork that missing, when the underwriting is asking for document you cannot provide it, it's because 90% of the time is because the home buyer was not truly honest with the realtor. We realtor, I myself, I want to do what's best for my client, because I don't want you to go under contract for you to lose your options fee, earnest money, you lose your inspections money that you spent, you lose the money for the appraisal just because you were not honest in the beginning. So it's best to be honest upfront, because you choose me to represent you, to have your best interest at heart. So I want you to be honest so that I can give you the best service. And next things we will talk about will be student loan. If you are still thinking about the house and you have student loan and your student loan is in deferment, you are in no payment, I will recommend you to get on a payment plan ASAP. The reason why you need to get on a payment plan, even though you are in a deferment where you say you are on a zero payment, according to FHA guideline, you need to calculate your payment with the mortgage payment at 1%. That can be really high, and that can bring your debt income ratio to a higher level where you are not able to get the home you want. But let's say you call the student loan, you get on a payment plan, you get an agreement where you pay $50 a month. When you go to the mortgage company, you say, okay, here's my agreement with the student loan. I am on a $50 monthly payment. And that's what the mortgage company will calculate versus the 1% of the total amount you owe for your student loan on a monthly basis. So that can be helpful. That can give you some relief on the type of home you get. The next thing, we'll talk about the proof of fund. Proof of fund means that money you have on saving for your down payment, your closing costs, the total you will need when you close on the home. When they're going to send you a statement to say this is how much you need to bring at closing. It has to be, it cannot be personal check, it has to be a cashier's check or money order, or you can wire it to the title company. So that's what the proof of fund means. You have to show the bank that you have money for the transactions by the time you close in the home. However, let's say you do not have money right now on your saving account, but you have a 401k. Guess what? You can show them a statement of your 401k that you have money on your 401k where you can borrow. Just a side note for people that have 401k, yes, you can use your 401k to buy a house because you are getting an asset. However, you can withdraw that from that money to get an asset, and there is no penalty. You do not have to pay taxes when you take that money out, as long as it is for an asset. However, yes, you do need to repay that money. Your employer will take a portion of your paycheck every month so you can replenish your 401k back because you borrowed. And next thing, let's say you do all of that upfront, you get a approval later, you are approved, and now you are under contract. What does underwriting mean? When your loan is finished processed, the processor look at all the documents, everything, your contract, everything is done. Or if you do all that I tell you upfront, when your loan come back from when your loan go and come back from underwriting, it will not take long. It will take 24 to 48 hours. Some lender, it'll take 78 hours sometimes because it's busy. But when it come back, if the file has no holes, your loan will close on time. All the underwriting is gonna say, oh, you meet all the conditions. What they're going to ask you will be the appraisal, and they're going to ask you for update pay stub. They're going to ask you for update bank statement. If you want to use a gift fund, let's say from mom, dad, from your uncle and aunties, those people can give you like a gift money to pay for down payment or partials of your down payment. So this, I don't want you guys to be confused, and I want to keep the video short. And I think those are the things that I think you need to know. So if you have any questions about your financing, feel free to reach out. I have a lender in-house that we are associated with. I have actually several lenders I sent my client to where they can get approved before we even start the process, because once you start the process right, your transactions go smooth and you are not going to stress. So all my clients loves me. They love working with me. They think that I'm the best. It's not that I am better than any other realtor, but I like to take things upfront. Any issues, any problem, I like to tackle that upfront. This way I am stress-free and you are stress-free. And I love what I do. I love helping. I love the feeling in where my first time home buyers are closing their home, especially the ones that never thought that they will have a home, but in their late retirement age and they are getting a home. It is a great accomplishment. This is your biggest investment, and I thank you for choosing me to be part of your journey. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Feel free to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to my channel for more video like this. If you like this video, share it with your friend and ask your friend to visit my channel. This is What's Done, Real Estate Done Right. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye now.